Hey everyone, Kaylee here with some hairstyles for getting cute, which are perfect for any time of the year, but especially with Valentine's coming up, they were on my mind. Now I did this both on long and on my short hair wig so that you can see them on multiple hair lengths, and hopefully a lot of you guys will be able to do these hairstyles. They're easy, they're quick, they're cute. What more could you ask for? Let's get started. First off, we have these bombshell waves, which are meant to be just loose and tousled. You're going to start by separating your hair from your ears up and clip the hair on top out of the way. Then on the bottom, you're just going to curl your hair with a 1 1/4 inch iron and curl away from your face and towards your face, alternating as you go. Now for those of you with short hair, just be careful with this section. It's probably going to be pretty short. Do the best you can, but if you can't get a curl, it's fine. I think the rest of your hair should cover it nicely. And now you're going to let down more hair. Let down roughly half of what you have left to curl and then clip the top half out of the way. Then continue curling the exact same way. Curl the pieces around your face, away from your face, and then alternate every other direction. The size of the iron is really what gives you that loose, tousled look. If you don't have a 1 1/4 inch iron, you could use like a 1 inch iron and just use really big sections of hair because that will create a nice loose wave as well. Once that section's done, go ahead and let down the last piece of hair that hasn't been curled and curl that in the exact same way. Be sure as you're doing this to focus the curls on the root as much as possible and leave the ends out a little bit, as that also gives a more modern, loose look to the overall style. At this point, your curls are done, so you can run your fingers through them a little bit, and then I added some of the Kristen S Beach Wave Spray in just to add some softness and definition to the curls. For the short hair, I also added in a little bit of pomade by scrunching it through and then working it through the ends. My final touch-up was to go back in and curl some little pieces around my part and straighten out the ends a little bit because I wanted the curl to look tightest at the roots and loosest at the ends, and I found that I wasn't quite getting that yet. So if you have that problem, just go in, add a couple little curls on top, straighten out the ends a little bit, you'll be good to go. And that's it. You have some great effortless looking waves that you can part whichever way you want. You can flip your hair over. They're super touchable. I mean, it's great for a date night or any time that you just want your hair to look amazing, but you know, effortless at the same time. And now onto this romantic half up, half down hairstyle. You are going to be shocked at how easy this is. Start by taking a section from the crown of your head and bring it all together in the back, and then you're just going to braid it all the way down to your neck, or as far as you can on short hair. And now that the braid is done, go ahead and loosen the hair at the top of the braid just a little bit for some extra volume. Then go over to the left of your braid and pick up a section of hair. Then you're going to twist that section back a couple of times, and once you've done that, grab a tiny piece of hair at the end and then scrunch the rest of your twist up. Then bring it back down just a little bit and you'll see that you have this cool, like really loose, twisted, romantic texture. Now you're just going to take that twisted piece of hair and you're going to tuck it into your braid by just opening up one of the links and feeding it through. Once you've done that, go ahead and add a bobby pin in on the left of the braid just to kind of hold everything in place and make sure nothing goes sliding around, especially on short hair. Now just repeat the same thing on the other side. So pick out your section on the right side of your braid, twist it back, scrunch it, make it pretty, and then tuck it into the braid. Make sure that when you tuck it into the braid that you tuck it really close to that first section so they look like they're both cascading into the braid together. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but closer to the face. So on the left side, I'm going to pick up a section of hair that also includes some hair from around my face. I'm going to twist it back, I'm going to scrunch it up, and then I'm going to pull it back to pin. But this time, instead of tucking it into the braid, I'm just going to pin it underneath that first twist. Overall, I like how that frames the hairstyle, but it's also great if any of you have really short layers around your face. You don't have to make it all the way back to the braid. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So pick up that section, twist, scrunch, and then pin it underneath that first twist. Ideally, do it within 2 to 3 inches of the braid, but if you can't get there, don't worry about it. Just pin it under the twist. Finally, pull that braid apart so that it can match the softness and kind of whimsy of the rest of the hairstyle. And that is it. This one is so nice and soft and easy to do. You can definitely rock it on date night. It might be great if you're attending a wedding or as a bridesmaid. There are so many ways you can wear this, and I just love it. And finally, let's go casual but cute. Part your hair slightly off center so that one side has more hair than the other, and then clip the one that has less hair out of the way. And now you're just going to make a Dutch braid with the hair that we've left down. I made sure to take this straight back and then go over the back of my head so that it looks really cool from the back and the side, because you get this cool like swept profile, and then in the back you just really see the braid. Once you've Dutch braided all the hair you can, just braid the rest of the hair normally and secure it with an elastic. And now do the same thing on the other side. You're going to braid that section back similarly to how we did the first one. Braid the rest of your hair normally and secure it with an elastic. Now if you want to leave this tight, you can, because it's a more like modern edgy look. That's clearly not my vibe though, so I'm going to pull this braid apart. Be careful with the short hair because you could accidentally like pull out a chunk of hair. Just go very gently and gingerly. With the long hair, just pull that sucker apart as much as you need to until you get the volume that you want out of your braid. And now you just have to pin up the ends. So for the short hair, take the side that's a little bit littler and tuck it underneath the bigger braid and pin that in place. Then take that bigger braid, sweep it across the little one, and tuck your ends underneath it. Then pin it in place right there, and everything should hide nicely and seamlessly. For long hair, you're basically going to do the same thing, but you're going to take your braid on the little side and you're going to fold it so that it creates kind of a smaller look. And then you're going to put that underneath your bigger braid and pin that in place. Then cross the big braid over the little one and tuck it underneath it. Pin that in place right there, and if you still have a little bit more hair like I did, just go ahead and tuck that around underneath the big braid as well. It's a lot of tucking and pinning to make this work. And that's it for your cute but casual updo. I love this one for basically anything. It would be great for something outdoors because it's not going to get messed up by the elements. But if you just want your hair to look good and be out of your face all day, this is a great go-to. So I definitely hope you try it out no matter what you have coming up. And that's it for these 3 hairstyles that are totally Valentine's Day ready, but also absolutely work any time of the year. So I hope whether you're having a casual, romantic, or bombshelly date coming up, that you try out these hairstyles. And yeah, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day no matter what your plans have in store. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed the short and long hairstyles, subscribe if you haven't already for more hair tutorials for every day, and check back next Saturday for my next hair tutorial. I'll see you then. Mwah. Bye.